Hi everyone, I am Mariyam P K, student of class 9A at Silvels Public School, KOZHIKODE. I shall be doing a presentation of a two-part lesson called Sound of Music. The first part is about the life of a Scottish percussionist Evelyn Glenny, and the second part is about Ustad Bismillah Khan. I am going to be covering part 1 out of the two-part series on Evelyn Glenny, which is Evelyn Glenny listens to sound without hearing it. This is an inspirational story. It inspires all of us to overcome our physical disabilities and to achieve our dreams and goals just like how Evelyn did. This part is written by Deborah Cowley, so let us start with the author. Deborah Cowley. Deborah Cowley is an Ottawa-based writer and broadcaster. She has been traveling around the world while writing more than 100 articles for editions of the Reader's Digest. She has been a broadcaster for the CBC Radio in Washington, D.C., and she has also been a member of the Writers' Union of Canada since 2001. Now, who is Evelyn Glenny? Evelyn Elizabeth Ann Glenny was born in 1965 in Scotland. Her childhood was not very happy. Why? Because she had totally lost her hearing at the age of 11, but she became an acclaimed percussionist with mastery over many instruments. Percussionist is a person who is specialized in using percussion instruments. Now, if she was deaf, if she couldn't hear the music at all, then how did she become a percussionist? We'll find out. Before moving on to the chapter, I would like to show some pictures of percussion instruments. Percussion instruments are instruments that produce sound when they are struck, shaken or scrapped. On the top left corner of the screen, there is a picture of a drum. Next to the drum, on the top right corner of the screen, is a picture of a tambourine. A tambourine is basically a short drum with metal discs around the edge, and it produces sound when it is shaken. And below these we have a picture of a xylophone. A xylophone is a musical instrument with a row of wooden bars of different lengths. Now all these are examples of percussion instruments. So the lesson begins with Evelyn Glenny auditioning for the Royal Academy of Music in London. She was an aspiring musician, but she faced a big challenge in her life. What was the challenge? She was profoundly deaf. Aspiring musician means a person who wants to become a musician. So Evelyn's deafness was first noticed when she was only 8 years old. She was waiting to play her piano, but she didn't respond to her name being called out in the piano class. And by the time she was 11, her marks had deteriorated. And by seeing this, her headmistress asked her parents to take her to a specialist. So this is Evelyn Glenny when she was a little girl. Now all these incidents led to the discovery that Evelyn's hearing was severely impaired because of gradual nerve damage. Impaired means weakened or damaged. So she had to use hearing aids to hear properly, and she also had to go to a school for the deaf. Even though she was deaf, she was not ready to give up. She set her heart on leading a normal life and pursue her interest in music. One day, she saw a girl playing a xylophone, and by seeing it, she also wanted to play it. Most of her teachers discouraged her, but Ron Forbes, a percussionist, spotted her potential. Potential is a quality or an ability that can be developed. So, this is Ron Forbes, the percussionist who encouraged Evelyn Glenny. He trained her to feel the music. How did he do it? Let's see. So he began by tuning two large drums to different notes, and he told Evelyn that she should not hear the music through her ears. She had to feel it some other way, and suddenly Evelyn realized that she could sense certain notes in different parts of her body. Rather than hearing the music through her ears, she could feel the vibrations of the musical notes in different body parts. She could also open her mind and body to different sounds and vibrations. She could feel the higher drums from waist up and the lower drums from waist down. She also had to work harder than normal musicians. So this is Evelyn Glenny with her mother Isabel Glenny and her father Herbert Arthur Glenny. In this picture, they are holding her autobiography called Good Vibrations. So from that point onwards, she never felt sad about her disability. She toured the United Kingdom, and by the time she was 16, she had decided to make music her profession. She auditioned for the Royal Academy of Music in London, and there she scored one of the highest marks in the history of the Academy. And by the end of her 3-year course, she had secured many top awards. So this is a picture of the Royal Academy of Music, which is situated in London, where Evelyn had spent 3 years of her life. So we know that Evelyn Glenny attained a lot of popularity. She got many awards, but she never felt that she had done something heroic. She was very humble, and she believed that if you work hard and if you know where you are going, if you know what your aim is, then you will definitely get there. And it is true. Evelyn had her aim, she worked hard, and she got right to the top of it and became the world's most sought after or most desired multi-percussionist with mastery over 1,000 instruments along with a hectic or a very busy international schedule. So what do we understand from this topic? Whatever the times may be, challenging or happy, one should always have a positive mind. So before concluding, just to brush up, let us see a few meanings and question answers. So here is the glossary. The first word is deteriorated, become progressively worse. Hectic, very busy. Percussionist, a person who is specialized in playing percussion instruments. Percussion instruments, instruments that produce sounds when it is struck. Profoundly deaf, absolutely deaf. Potential, a quality or an ability that can be developed. Sought after, desired. Xylophone, a musical instrument with a row of wooden bars of different lengths. Now moving on to the question answers. The first question is, for which academy did Evelyn audition for? The answer is Royal Academy of Music. The next question is, what was the name of the percussionist who encouraged Evelyn? The percussionist who encouraged Evelyn was Ron Forbes. What was the cause of Evelyn's loss of hearing? The cause of her loss of hearing was gradual nerve damage. And the last question is, where is the Royal Academy of Music situated? And it is situated in London. So I hope you have understood something about the early life and achievements of the master percussionist Evelyn Glenny. You will be learning more about Evelyn in the second part of the presentation about her. Thank you.